morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. We will start in actually, let's start now. So today, instead of Sarah, we have Paige. Thank you, Paige, for joining us. Sarah will be moving, so she's a little bit busy today. But we have our realtor training opportunity for July, and I think the next one will be in September. And hopefully we can have one of our vendors do one next month, but we'll let you guys know. So thank you for joining us. And if you have any questions, just put them in the chat and we'll try to answer them, or in the questions and answers area, we'll try to answer them as the thing goes on or at the very end. So today, what we are discussing is our company announcement, the REeBroker group checklist, which some of you guys have probably seen, pulling comparables, a DRE advisory, which hopefully you all received, and then TC for you, transaction coordination service. So we are today 18 years in business. We're very, very excited. I know the CEO, Anthony, is super happy. 18 years. We are just so thankful for all of you guys for being with us and seeing all the changes happening with the company. We keep hoping to grow and continue. Our success in business wouldn't be possible without you. And I hope you guys have seen our, we're doing TikToks now, Facebook, social media. So we are trying to get our name more out there too. So we are very excited. And today we're going out for lunch, actually. Our office staff is to celebrate. So I'll talk about the new checklist today. We made changes to our transaction checklist to make the entire process more transparent to you. You will now be able to see the checklist like the way file reviewers see it, like what forms, signatures, and other items are missing. So let me quickly check, share with you how the checklist looks like. Let's see. Oh, sorry, just a minute. Paige, I think we have a question and answer thing. Could you answer it? My Chrome froze for a minute, so I'm trying to get it back.
Yeah, I was just typing out an answer to you. If you guys are having any issues hearing the audio, please check your settings. Obviously, if you're having trouble, you can't hear what I'm saying right now. So I'm typing this out right now.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay, let's see. Really quickly. Okay. So let me reshare my thing now that I have it up. Okay, so this is the agent homepage, and we are doing more improvements on it. If you guys have any feedback, please email itsupport@reebrokerc.com. You'll get me, and then we'll try to improve it the way you guys suggest. So to view your checklist, there's two areas. You can click View Checklist right here, or on all your transactions page. You'll also be able to view the checklist on each row right over here, or even in the transaction page. But if you click View Checklist, you'll be able to see all your active transactions over here. And I'm gonna do this one because I made some text notes for you all. So you can see that if you don't need any signatures, there'll be NAs right over here. If we only require the upload, which for the like MLS report, we only need the report. You can see the notes that our team will put in here. And you can also put notes in there. For example, for this disclosure information advisory, we can say just a thing like client refuses to sign. You can make that note and our team will see it. And you can see we don't need the listing agent, the selling agent, or the buyers here. We just need the seller's agent for this one. and say you uploaded a document, but we're missing initials or say a signature from the sellers, you would see signature missing right here, but all the other things are uploaded. And we are doing improvements on the checklist itself. We got a lot of feedback, so we're very thankful, and that's what we'll be working on. But you can review it like this and put any notes you need. Just wanted to clarify that over here on this header, these forms are only applicable, only required if applicable. So you might not even need to do most of these forms. And then you would submit your file for review right over here if you'd like, after writing notes or in your transaction page. Okay, excellent. So I think that is it for the checklist that I wanted to show you. Oh, you can also now hide approved rows. So if everything's approved, like the MLS one was, it will disappear. So that's a little bit easier for you all too.
Yeah, but we got a quick question I think would be good enough to share on video. Steve asked if there is a time delay for updating the transaction checklist, or is it immediate?
There might be a time delay because the team has to have time to check it. So depending on where the team is during the day, if they're out at lunch or something, there will be a slight time delay. It also will not show that you uploaded it at the moment. That's a future phase. So if you upload documents and you click submit for review again, it'll take time to review the documents and update these. But once the team has updated them and saved the checklist, then you should see it almost immediately. Oh, okay, let's see.
Thank you.
And then, hi, Atul. You have a question for us?
So if I have to send an offer has to be approved by
If you have to, sorry, could you repeat that? If you have to send an offer? I can't hear you anymore, so if you could type that. Thank you. Hi, Steven. What's your question?
So back on the same issue here about the this transactions list, and if there's a delay that occurs, suggest perhaps to consider here that a received status be put into place and then an accepted status to be put in there, just to know that it's there and that it can be used.
Thank you, Steven. That is absolutely feedback that we're taking, and that's going to be in our next phase. We're working on that right now, actually. So I really appreciate you mentioning it again. That will be very useful. Thank you.
Good.
So my question was, is the offer has to be approved by REeBroker before we submit?
No, we don't have to approve the offer. If you have any questions for the form, then you can email it to us. But no, you don't. We don't have to approve your contract before you submit it. Just your client has to approve it.
Okay. And do we have the forms in REeBroker?
No, we don't. You would have to find them on the car zip forms. Yeah.
RZIP form?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, excellent. So now, Paige, back to you. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for your questions. That was great. So if you don't know me, my name is Paige, as Yeva mentioned, and then I will be going over how to pull comparables and in such a way that's going to give you the most accurate results. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is to create a title account. It's usually free. REeBroker Group does not have a preferred vendor for title. However, a lot of our team members use First American Title and Tycor Title. So in one of the following slides, you're going to see their contact information. So look out for that. Once you create an account, you will use the account to look up the particular property that you're working on. So lastly, you're going to find comparable sales within the parameters listed on this slide. So you want to match the year built, you want the same number of bedrooms and bathrooms, you want the square footage to be similar, and you're going to want to be looking at sales from within the last 3 to 6 months. And then obviously if the area is more remote, then you're going to want to go back about 6 to 12 months. But if you're going back up to 2 years, that can be very inaccurate just because of how much the market shifts in that amount of time, especially in the last couple of years. Next slide, please. Thank you. So here's the contact information that I mentioned. Again, we don't have a preferred vendor for title, but a lot of our team members like to use these particular title companies. Remember as well that this meeting is being recorded, so you can always come back to this particular screen for this information, or you can contact our office and one of our team members can provide that for you as well. Next slide, please. The next few slides are going to be a quick example of what it looks like to pull title using First American Title. So once you have an account and you're able to log in, you'll be able to see this search bar, as you can see on the slide. And there's also a tab labeled Advanced Search. You can use either tab to search for the property that you're working on. Sometimes if you use the search bar and you're not able to find it, the Advanced Search is going to be a little bit more helpful. Next slide, please. So once you find the property, you can verify that it is the correct property by using the APN number listed. To pull comparable sales, you're going to go down to comparable sales and then click edit. And it is highlighted on this tab as well, so you can see it. Next slide, please. So now you're going to be entering the search criteria. And again, you want the information that you enter here to be true to the property that you're looking for, and then click search. Next slide, please. So you will now see a list of potentially comparable sales, and you're going to select the sales that are the most comparable to your transaction based on the criteria we mentioned earlier. So again, year built, same number of bedrooms and bathrooms, square footage should be very similar. Looking at sales from 3 to 6 months back. Once you have selected the properties that best match, there's a button that says Generate Report. So you're going to click that one. Next slide, please. So now you can review the comparable statistics for your original property. First American also allows you to print a PDF version. You can also email it from this page. So you have options to share. You could share it with yourself. You could share it with your clients, however you see fit. Thank you so much. You can move on to the next slide.
Thank you, Paige. Okay, so the next slide, you all probably have seen the email from the DRE. We wanted everyone to be on alert because there's a lot of growing vacant land property scams, a lot of scams in general. Please be careful opening emails that you are not, that you don't know who the sender is, and opening PDFs, attachments, any kind of sort of downloading images from those emails. You just have to be really careful these days. But DRE is urging more than it's all of their licensees to be on alert for another type of false identity scam. This one involves a growing number of fraudsters posing as owners of vacant land and contacting real estate agents and requesting their assistance to sell a property they don't own. Law enforcement agencies and district attorney offices around California are reporting a sharp increase in real estate fraud involving identity theft and the sale of vacant land and unencumbered property. So all real estate agents must exercise due diligence to verify the owner of a property before accepting a listing. Thank you. And we'll go back to Paige. Thank you, Paige.
Thank you, Yeva. Okay, so really quick, Steve, I see your question about title companies pulling from the same database. That's a really good question. I would have to do a little bit more research on it. I know with First American, I'm able to pull up almost any property in California. So you can assume that they are pulling from the same database if they all have the same information. But I would have to do a little bit more research just to confirm that they're all coming from roughly the same place.
Information, Stephen, but the companies do get the data from probably different places. I don't know if they advertise somewhere, but it's like some data might be better than other data. They do pull it from other things. They all try to get the data from public records, though, from each county.
Yes, thank you so much for that question. That was a great question. Okay, so the last item on our agenda for today is TC4U. A lot of you have already been using the services, but we wanted to take a minute to introduce to anybody who was not aware that they're available. So TC4U is REeBroker Group's preferred TC service vendor. A transaction coordinator will monitor and manage the entire transaction process from the signing of a purchase agreement or counteroffer to the close of escrow. The main goal is to assist you in reaching a smooth and effective close of escrow. Pricing is listed here on the side, but it's going to be $299 for a single agency and $499 for a dual agency. The contact information is also listed on this slide and the next one as well, but you can also reach out to our office and we'd be able to direct you to the company as well. Next slide, please. So TCs have several responsibilities. They're going to be generating documents, reviewing contracts for accuracy, ordering your home warranty and your natural hazard disclosure. They will provide a list of contract deadlines so that we're all on the same page, keeping parties up to date about the status of the transaction file, confirm that the close of escrow is set as scheduled, and they will be maintaining a secure transaction file on your company's transaction platform. So in this case, it will be on REeBroker's system. We do also do business with outside companies as well. So if you do have friends that are looking for a good TC service, you can always refer them as well to TC4U. If you have any questions or would like some more information about the services, feel free to reach out to me. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have. Thank you so much. And you can move on to the next slide.
Anthony, our broker of record and CEO of the company, congrats again for 18 years, did mention about that MLS may not have all the sales recorded. So that's why a lot of title companies do try to go through the county. So it's a very good point. And so thank you. And then Carol is asking, she's in Northern California. Will the TC know what is needed in Sacramento County, for instance, Paige?
That's a great question. Yeah, so we do have systems in place to make sure that we're going to be in compliance with the area that you're in. However, like all services, if you know that there is a form that is specifically required for your transaction that might not be applicable to other transactions, you want to make sure to communicate that with your TC as well. So to answer your question, yes, but you always want to communicate with your TC so that you know that you're both on the same page.
Excellent answer. Okay, so there's a few hand raised. Rita, what's your question?
Rita, just so you know, we are not able to hear you. It looks like you're muted on our end.
Perfect. I think you're unmuted now.
We're still not able to.
We still can't hear you. Sorry. But if possible, please type in your question, and then we'll be able to answer. And I believe there was another raised hand, but now I don't see them. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so we will be here for you guys. We are putting the YouTube this video on YouTube after, probably will be uploaded later today or tomorrow. And we are here to answer your questions via phones or emails. So just email us at info@REeBrokerCity.com or give us a call at our office. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Thank you.
Thank you, team.